Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, in the past, I've discussed Where's George notes, and I've discussed how you log them in and how you track them, and it's always exciting to get emails from Where's George saying one of your bills has been found. When I go to Vegas, and yes, this is all Vegas money, I like to bring notes out there to drop off, but when I bring notes home, I also love finding Where's George notes because I get to put in which casino I found them from. But then when I have all my singles, I then have to return these to the bank. So what I will do is I will generally stamp a Where's George note and I will put it inside, there it was, I'll put it inside, one note inside each strap as I send them back to the bank. And that way I get to recirculate my Where's George notes. I get to print some for myself, and I get to send off the ones that I found to keep all of that going. But the thing is, you don't need a stamp. You can simply write where'sgeorge.com on the note and then log it in as your note and spend it. So yeah, I think I may have spent like $30 or so on my stamp. You don't have to pay anything for a stamp. And you can always go to an Office Max or whatever and have them create a stamp for you. It's no big deal. But you don't need the stamp to be official. You can simply write Where's George on the note, and that's good enough. If you do choose to write Where's George, I would recommend using a color other than black, because that does tend to blend in and people don't necessarily see it when they're going through stuff. So that is the tip there. Let's slide these out of the way and take a look at what I found this week. Now, once again, I'm still going through Vegas money. In fact, this 1,000 came from just two casinos, 500 from Excalibur and 500 from the Luxor. I stayed at both of them, so I had an opportunity to get multiple straps throughout the course of the time that I was there. All right, starting off, there's a Where's George. What do you know? This Where's George was found at the Luxor, and so I will be logging that one. This one, I'm a child, I know. 7734, that's right. This is a note from hell. I am always amused whenever I find a note from hell, especially when I find a note from hell in Vegas. How appropriate. All right, this one is a trinary, 3s, 5s, and 6s. And once again, there's no additional value on trinaries, not even any additional value on true trinaries. Why? Because there's no such thing as a true trinary. Some people like to call 0s, 1s, and 2s a true trinary because 0s and 1s is a true binary. The problem with that is 0s and 1s is actually the binary code, thus the name true binary. There is no trinary code. There is no code that involves 0s, 1s, and 2s. So to say 0s, 1s, and 2s on a trinary, a note that's not worth anything, to say that 0s, 1s, and 2s are rare, no, finding 0s, 1s, and 2s on a trinary are no harder to do than it is to find a 3, 5, and 6 on a trinary. So by them breaking it down into saying, oh yeah, that's something special, no, there's just as many trinaries that have 3s, 5s, and 6s as there are trinaries with 0, 1s, and 2s. There is no additional value. Don't fall for it. That's not the way it works. If you believe that that's the way it works, then you might as well say, and if you find a true trinary that starts with a 0, well, that's a third harder to find than any other true trinary. But once again, that's not how it works. If it starts with 0, 0, then it's 100 times harder, which the math would say is correct, but no, that's not. You can make any number sound like it's rare. It's not the point. It's still a trinary. It's still not worth anything. I save trinaries because I'm trying to match serial numbers. Not because I think trinaries have value. It's simply a way for me to save notes without having to save every note. All right, so that's 3s, 5s, and 6s, 3s, 8s, and 9s, 0s, 4s, and 9s, and yes, this 9 is a little darker. So what? Doesn't mean anything, not an error, no additional value. 1s, 2s, and 6s, 0s, 7s, and 8s, 1s, 4s, and 7s, 0s, 4s, and 5s, 2s, 4s, and 6s, And by the way, if there's any question why trinaries aren't worth anything, look at how many I found. So if they are that easy to find, that's certainly not rare. This is quads. Quad 4s, slightly harder to find than trinaries, still not worth anything, but I saved these for the same purpose, trying to match numbers. So quad 4s again, and again. Actually, because I'm a genius, that's a radar. I saw a group of notes with 4s in the center, and I thought, okay, but 6, 7, 4, 4, 4, 4, 7, 6. Starting with 6 on the outside, then 7, then a pair of 4s. That's a radar. That's worth some money. So I should probably put that in a case. I hate it when I don't even notice how cool some of the stuff I have. But that's why it's great to go through it one more time. And as I say that, I'm looking at this one going, is there another one? But no, this one is not. 3855 5582. If that was a 3, then yes. Oh, so I'm pretty sure that this came from Excalibur. Anyway, what else do we have here? This one has 5 3s in a row. And this most certainly did come from Excalibur. I wrote that down. This one has 5 4s in a row. Also came from Excalibur. Then I've got some stars. This is a 2017 star. 2017 star. Always checking to see if they're filled. 2017 star. 2017 star. 2013 star from New York, but it is above the range. In order to find a duplicate note, it has to be 250,000 or less, or 032 to 096 in that range. This one doesn't start with a 0, it starts with a 3, or with a 1, 1, 3. Nope, that's certainly not going to be in the range. Some older notes, 2003A. Stuck together. Another 2003A, not quite as nice. 2003, 1999, another 99, and the oldest note was from 1995. Checking, it is not a web note, and it does not have plate 295. All right, so that's what I found, and of course, I have to get this in a sleeve. It's a radar. Wow. Oh, I'm getting old. Okay, so what did I pull out this week? I got me one of my wish list notes. I got this off of eBay. It was an incredible deal. I could not pass it up. I got me an ace. Yes, this is a $1 national. This is from the Columbian National Bank of Boston. $1 national from the first charter period. And, well, the first charter period had 2 designations. One of them was the original series, and the other one was the 1875 series. And you can see this one here, it does say 1875. So this is not from the original series, but the 1875 series. Still a $1 ace from the first series of national banknotes. That's pretty cool. What always impressed me about the first series was the greenbacks. You can't make out the picture too well. It's the same picture that's on the $5 national from the second and third series, if I recall. This is, can I make that out? Landing of the Pilgrims. That's what this is supposed to be. You can see the Pilgrim's hat and his cape here. I know you can't make him out too well. The rocks. And from Massachusetts, you have the coat of arms there. And of course, on this side is going to be the eagle, representing the United States. Just a cool back on the note. I know you can't see the picture too well, but I'm more impressed by the green, the green ink used on the back. And when you zoom in on this, I don't know how well my camera's going to pick up on it, but you can see all of the detail. You can see all of the scrolling. You can see all of those individual marks like that. On a lot of the counterfeits, all that just kind of blurs together. But on the real note, you can see how intricate the pattern is. So that's what you're looking for versus the counterfeit. This one has a charter number of 1029. Just looking at some of the stuff on here. Is this note perfect? No. But this note, like I said, from 1875. How cool is that? This has been one of my wish list notes for quite some time. And because of the condition, I was able to get it at a very reasonable price. Let's take a look at what the book says about these. Where is it? Here we go. And there it is. $1 note from the first charter. That's what it's supposed to look like. And you can see the picture a lot clearer there. And that would look familiar. And if we go down here, mine is, I want to say it's $384. So even in VG8, you're talking $400. By the time you get up to 20, you're talking $1,000. And just for the fun of it, I looked it up in the big book as well, the Don Kelly book of Nationals. And let's see, where is it? 1029, Columbian National Bank of Boston. They did have original series notes. You can see the original series right here, $3, $1, and a $2. And those go for $1,000 to $3,000 a piece. And then if we scroll down here, you can see series of 1875, also $1,000 to $3,000. So the prices do match up. The $1,000 to $3,000, I want to say would be the price in a VF20. So yeah, I did not pay anywhere near that. When you look at the total issue versus how many were out, $28,286 in face value is what was not collected. So that's not very much. They printed over $5 million worth of stuff, and all but $28,000 was returned. So yeah, these are pretty tough to get a hold of. That's kind of cool. You can see here the bank was liquidated 12/9/98. That would be 1898. So it never had an opportunity to have any of the small size notes printed. That didn't happen for another 30 years. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Anyway, that is my $1 Columbian National Bank from the first charter period. Finally get to check this off the list. It is one of the top 100 notes. And you know me, anytime I can get a hold of one of the top 100, that's always a good day. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, pay attention to your finds so you too will know when you find a radar number and can put it where it belongs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.